Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us this afternoon for a very unusual Niagara Falls Art Competition Awards. My name is Clark Burnett. I'm the Culture Museums Manager for the City of Niagara Falls. I'll be mostly behind the scenes this afternoon, but before we get started, I would like to acknowledge that the Niagara region of Ontario is located in the traditional shared territory of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and the Chinook peoples. The Chinook people have called these lands home for thousands of years. And more recently, the Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee have been sharing the land as one dish, one spoon treaty territory. With that being said, I'm going to hand it over to Evelyn Bailey, who is on the Niagara Falls Culture Committee, and has been the lead on this event since inception. And if there's any technical glitches, the issue is mine. But at this point, I'm going to hand it over to Evelyn.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the art competition of Niagara Falls. It is such a pleasure and honor to be virtually in this experience with you. It is unusual, as Clark said. And you know, I'm a millennial, so this is my jam. This is what I love the most. I love technology. I love creating unique, content that really entertains and stimulates the audience. And so, I present this contest to you, this award ceremony, on behalf of the Culture Committee, on the behalf of the City of Niagara Falls, to highlight some exceptional artists and to really honor the fact that, they have, stuck to their passions. And, if anyone who knows me personally, you know that I stand for other artists. I stand for them stepping into their value and at least encouraging them to continue to do the thing that I truly believe the world needs, which is that creative outlet, that expression, that conversation, the communication, the language that comes through art. I'm truly excited for this 1 hour that we have with you, and being mindful of the time. This is a 1 hour competition that we are just unfolding the award ceremony, presenting the artwork, allowing you to get to know our incredible mayor, some of the judges, but more importantly, the artists who dedicate themselves to creating artwork for the City of Niagara Falls, which kudos to you, artists, because you're ultimately documenting history for the City of Niagara Falls. And that says a lot. So a little bit about myself, for those who don't know me. I am, I've been here for about 3 years in Niagara Falls, going on to 4 years. And I came here with a vision, a dream. And, I came here with, as a single mother with twin boys, where I literally put everything, I burnt every other bridge, and I said, it's gonna be art or it's gonna be nothing. I'm very grateful for the city for giving me the opportunity to, in 4 years, advance in such a way that I now sit on the Culture Committee as the youngest committee member, as a millennial, and as a voice for the artists. So that to me is a huge honor in itself and an absolute privilege. And I just want to say once again, thank you to the city. Thank you to the judges. I know that, we're just starting off, but my heart is literally pouring out with gratitude for this opportunity to take this competition and allow it to still exist virtually so the artists can continue to show up. Now, I do want to invite our incredible mayor, to come and share a few words to open up this award ceremony. And I'd like to invite him on behalf of the Culture Committee to say a few words. And before I do want to open up, Clark, if we can open up his, we're going to go to the presentation now. So thank you, everyone. Enjoy the show. We've created a presentation, so it's not really just our faces that you're going to have to see. So if we can go back to the presentation at this point.
Will do.
Thank you. Oh, I should have had it spotlighted the whole time.
Okay, we good?
Yep. So if we can move on to the presentation now, the next slide.
I think I saw Jim with us, so he can do that.
Oh, he's gonna go through his own presentation? Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Are we going through the show? Yeah.
Okay, sorry. We planned this really well. What do you mean? What do you need me to do? To
go through the slide like it's a presentation. So you can go to the next clip, the next agenda, let's say. So with the agenda for the night. Do you have that?
It should be up. Is it up?
I only see the art competition award ceremony. I believe everyone sees the same, correct?
Okay, let me fix.
I also could share my screen if that's an option. Perfect. So here's the agenda, guys. I mean, it's going to be a 1-hour show. We're going to move on now to the welcome of the mayor, as we said, as we are currently in the next part of the presentation. And
hey, Evelyn, I'm not sure if you can hear me or not.
yeah, we can hear you.
And I can't start the video. It says that that's turned off on your end or on Clark's end.
Yeah, that's turned off on the end of our
Which is fine.
You know what? I'm gonna just I'm gonna hijack this screen right now. View full screen. Here we go. So can everybody see my screen right? Do you see yourself, Jim?
I see. Yes, I do.
Perfect. So here we have our mayor. I had to show this photo. It's one of my favorite. I love your pose. I love everything about it. I love everything about what you do. I love everything about who you are. And I think that everyone who is a member of your city, especially the citizens, can say that you are definitely an enthusiastic, passionate, your energy is almost infectious. And so I know I wanted to have you speak, but now that we have the presentation, I don't want to just gloss over these accolades of yours. And here we have, that you have been one of the biggest cities, one of the city's biggest fans. I do want to mention that you have won your seat as mayor for the 3rd consecutive time in 2018. And when elected officials win their 3rd term, I want to let everybody know that that is regarded as a considerable feat, because it is, it is often noted as a very challenging race in anyone's career. So I didn't want to gloss over that, Mayor. I just wanted to congratulate you for your 3rd, consecutive year as, being, an entrepreneur, being able to, truly bring value to the city. And so without further ado, I would love for everyone to hear from the mayor himself, Mayor Jim Diodati.
Thanks, Evelyn. And I'll try to keep it brief because I know everybody's anxious to get to the art, the real exciting part of the presentation. But thank you. And I appreciate your comments, and especially coming from you. You're just such a great energy, a ball of energy, and you've got good energy. And yeah, you're right. It's not, I was told by a former mayor, you don't get into politics to make friends, because every time you make a decision, you upset somebody. And if you're there long enough, you'll eventually upset everybody. And that's why one of my mentors said to me, never worry about doing what's popular, do what's right. And then you'll never have to worry about defending your decisions. You never have to remember what you did or why you did it, and you'll sleep well at night. And hey, you know what? I definitely give 100% every day. And I know some people don't like it, or some people don't like me, or they don't like the color of my hair or whatever. I'm okay with that. I'm here to do a job. I give it all I can. I bleed Niagara Falls. I love Niagara Falls. I love everybody in it. I do everything I can to help them. And that really is where I'm coming from all the time. So anyway, having said that, this isn't about me today. This is about you and the culture committee and the art competition. So I want to start by saying thank you, Evelyn. Thank you to the Niagara Falls Culture Committee and all the staff that work along with you and providing this platform for the 2020 competition. And I know in past years we've had it at the library, and that was nice. And of course, nothing beats face-to-face. The energy that you get from being with someone, the energy you get when you see an event in real time, in real space, is nothing but the best. But having said that, Plato said a long time, necessity is the mother of invention. And so this has created some new opportunities, and we're doing a virtual place and a virtual showcase where we've got some of the great artists of Niagara Falls. And it was so difficult as I went through the art and I realized, Evelyn, we've got so many talented people in this city, and so many of them just quietly go about their day, and yet they've got this incredible talent deep inside of them that they're not exploring or sharing. And events like this encourage them to share and realize it's not just about you making it, it's about everyone else enjoying it. And you inspire people because a lot of people, everybody, and this is one of my mentors said to me a long time ago, everyone you meet is superior to you in some way. Make it your goal to find out how they're superior to you so that you can learn from them. And it keeps you humble, and it keeps you drawing the good out of everybody else. So now I know we can't concentrate and always being creative, and especially during COVID, it's been a crazy, crazy time. But resilience is built into our DNA, and we always land on our feet. And I joke when people say, how are you guys doing in Niagara Falls? And I say, well, we're still standing, and we're up, or we're getting up. So we never stay down. No matter what happens, we will always get up. Yeah. So I would say on behalf of the city, congratulations to everybody that contributed to this real special event. And thank you to all the efforts. It would have been easy just to write the year off and wait until 2021. But I know you'd never take the shortcut and easy way out, Evelyn. And I'm proud of you and all the artists and all the people involved in what you're doing. And I say, let's see what great works have emerged out of this crisis. And this will be a year that we'll always remember. People always say, what did you do during COVID? And we'll have some great stories to tell.
Yes. Yes, Mayor, thank you so much. You know, I was trying to write some of your quotes down, and next time I'm just going to stamp your quotes on your face on this page, because I think that you are so full of wisdom and experience. And, you know, whether, you know, I'm not sure what the time's going to be like, but if you're here or not for the Mayor's Choice, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to look at this artwork that the artist created. And without further ado, you know, we will look forward to the continuing shows that are going to unfold from these, literally these new experiences. So thank you so much, Mayor.
Thank you.
Awesome. Amazing. So we are going to move on to one of my favorite parts. I spent a lot of time putting this together. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this section, but I have to introduce, you know, some incredibly influential people here, the artists of Niagara Falls, and they are our judges. We have 3 incredible judges, and they are able to come together to decide on how to successfully rate this art. Our first judge is Leona Sky. Her major accomplishments include Niagara Falls she's a public figure and a professional artist. You know, Ojibwa and Mohawk visual artist representing the Indigenous community, and her artwork is proudly displayed. You know, she proudly displays her traditional roots and encourages, you know, reverences for First Nations peoples with the Niagara community and aboard. As an international artist, her artwork is displayed in places like Japan, New Zealand, the US, you know, Florida specifically, Scotland, England, Germany, and Indonesia. When I heard about Sky, it was because of the impact that I heard that she had. You know, she has created the 6-foot hand drum at the Ministries building on Shoma Parkway in Thorold, which this drum itself represents the Indigenous struggle for Canada 150. She creates artwork for the city of Niagara Falls to highlight the grassroots culture, as we mentioned, and she designed the turtle's shell for the Indigenous mascot of the 2020 Canadian Games. One of the things that I admire the most about Leona, is that I call you Sky, but Leona, is that she is a human trafficking survivor and advocate. And she is incredibly passionate about everything she does. Her passion is art, and has always been her biggest passion and her saving grace even in the darkest times. And I can attest to that, because I have a saying that calls, you know, art heals hearts. So our judge, Leona Sky, thank you so much for being able to be a part of this. Antoine Gabel. I met Antoine. He was my first mentor here in Niagara Falls and gave me the first door into international arts here in Niagara Falls. He has won several international awards and exhibited in several international museums and prestigious spaces. Founder and artistic director of 2 international exhibition programs, which the first one is Passion for Life, created in 2021, and Water for Life in 2018, which supports important causes, both incredible causes. If you haven't seen his style, you really should look. He has literally, as a digital artist, created a trademark, which is called the evolutional ribbonized photography. I love the word alone, just the whole word itself, I love. His artwork was featured on publicity panels for advertising, literally international, featured on TV across the US in 90 million households and over 300 markets. Ooh, let me move this. His artwork value was featured in Financial Journal when compared to Standard and Poor's Market Index, and his artwork outperformed the market in terms of investment, securing partnerships with the UNESCO Florence, Italy, and INAH, which is the Instituto Nacional de Antropología de Historia. I hope I said that. I should, I'm Latin. Responsible for all museums in Mexico. Literally, I mean, I want to brief over this, but the impact that Antoine has had is the Water for Life is an international exhibit, which is the first exhibit under the patronage of the mayor himself here of Niagara Falls and his worship Jim Diodati. With the collaboration of Niagara Falls History Museum in 2018, he has literally merged and he's holding hands with Niagara Falls as a professional artist in helping even children by creating the first international Water for Life children and adolescent workshop in Niagara Falls to sensitize and educate children to the role they play in protecting the water. Art Discovery and Mentorship Program, which is the one that I discovered, was offering mentorship to regional artists to advance them internationally. Through his art and passion for life, international art exhibits, he fundraised for cancer research and creates greater public awareness about the disease. I mean, water, disease, Antoine stands for some valuable causes here. Through his cultural and artistic program, Water for Life International Art Exhibits, showcasing a series of artwork inspired by the theme of water to sensitize audiences to an important social and cultural issue that it also affected by climate change. Right now, you're gonna wanna pay attention to all of Antoine's causes. They are all supporting some really, really, really important things about life right now that we should all be valuing, especially Earth and nature. Lastly, Antoine's passion is supporting the visual arts while supporting two important causes, which is cancer research and awareness and clean drinking water and its protection. Thank you so much, Antoine, for all the work that you do. Deborah Attenborough, you helped hold my hand last year in my first art competition by literally guiding me through every step of the way. And you're here again this time to continue to support the artist as best as you can on the committee. So Deborah Attenborough, his major accomplishments are Executive Director of the Niagara Falls Art Gallery, Rodman Hall Art Center, Oakville Galleries. You know, you have a PhD in the arts of education. And because of all this, she's been able to literally expand and upgrade the Niagara Falls Art Gallery. Her impact also includes participating on the boards of, look at all the boards. So there's so much involvement here with the city. Nova House, Carousel Players Theatre, Culture Board in St. Catharines, Provincial Advisory Committee for the Integrated Curriculum, Arts Advisory Committee in St. Catharines, and Arts and Culture Committee in Niagara Falls, which I'm fortunate and privileged to sit on that culture committee now with Deborah, which is where we met. And your passion, Deborah's passions lie in anything arts. If you go to her art school, you will see everything that her school is about. It's incredible. Education, children, painting, and photography. All these things you'll see at her location. It was so inspiring to see that. Thank you so much for supporting the children here in Niagara Falls, Deborah. So without further ado, we are going to move into our gallery. We're going to start by just going through the artists. Artists, if you're available, we are going to start by giving you about 60 seconds while we show your art to just tell us the medium and what inspired your art. So the first artist that we have here is Emily Andrews. And you can unmute yourself, Emily, if you would like to share what inspired you. I will say that this was a favorite among the judges. We all loved your work, Emily. I don't know if her volume is working right now. Is there an issue with the volume?
Emily actually isn't joining us. Nathaniel's there looking on her behalf, so I think that's probably why she's not chiming in. She actually unfortunately got pulled away to work.
Okay, no worries. So Emily, I don't know if you've seen what this is. This is actually a mixed medium, and she has created a huge, what looks like giraffe with this cloth material. The first time I saw it, I thought it was a real painting. Emily, you have completely outdone yourself this year. It is such an honor to have you as a Niagara Falls artist. The judges consistently see your growth, your progress, and we just want to say thank you so much for submitting artwork in this year's competition. Lorna and
Yes.
Beautiful. If you can please share with us 60 seconds of your insight.
It's acrylic, and it was based on an idea from the TV show Landscape Artist of the Year from Great Britain. And our crafternooners from the library chose a picture of Niagara Falls, and we all painted it in our own styles, our own mediums. And that's sort of what happened, and it was sort of an homage to Canada Day this year.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lorna, we appreciate your beautiful rendition of this incredible nature. Thank you so much for participating and for submitting artwork in this year's competition. Next, we have Audrey Barclay. I do apologize. It's not the full image, but I wanted to make sure we got some of this detail. Audrey, if you can please share a few words.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Great. I started this on the first day of the pandemic. I had now extra time on my hands because work had stopped, and I thought I wanted to do something that reflected something with the healthcare. I had taken a photo of the St. Catherine's Hospital when it had torn down, and I created this with some thoughts and reflections on our Niagara healthcare system. Everything from the danger of the COVID to funding, where the new hospital is going to be, and things. And it's an acrylic on canvas. 16 by 20.
Beautiful, beautiful, amazing, amazing. Now that you give us that insight, I can completely see how relevant this is to, you know, everything that's occurring right now. So thank you for capturing this and for documenting this, because it's likely will go down in the history books. So thank you so much for participating and submitting your artwork, Audrey, Audrey to our competition. Donna.
Hi there.
Donna Bedore, hello. Can you please share a few words?
Well, you'll notice a repeat here. I also work at the library, and I run the crafternoons. And as Lorna had mentioned, she's one of the participants. We all agreed to paint the same picture using the medium that we liked, and this is a watercolor. And I just think that it's amazing we have something so beautiful to look at every day in our life, and it's right in our back door. And sometimes we forget that. We tend to avoid that area come summertime because of the tourism gets so heavy. But it's one of our most beautiful aspects here in Ontario. And I think it's just wonderful that we can show something like this. So again, this was a Canada Day event that we had just done for fun, for the Crafternoons. So.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, amazing. I did notice there was a beautiful theme this year. And you're absolutely right. You know, I only 4 years here, and I can't say that I visit that area too often. And, you know, when I do, I'm like, why not? It's so beautiful. And there's so much life in this. Thank you so much, Donna, for your submission this year in the art competition.
Thank you.
This is completely in a random order, everyone, but we do have a theme going on right now. If Jin Chen, if you can please join us to share a few words.
I don't think Jin is with us, or at least she's under a different name. Oh,
Hi, yeah, I with Brian Corey use the same screen.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can share, if you can share with us a few words about what inspired you and what medium you used.
Okay, the medium is acrylic. I pass first every morning when I go to work. I often to see the sun rays of the falls, especially in the early autumn. The morning makes rays from the lake of falls, which is like a fairyland, and which is very impressive. It happened that our crafternoon, the members suggest to paint a painting of the falls to celebrate the Canada Day. So, and I print this one. I tried to print this one. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing and for your submission in this year's competition. Brian, since you guys are together, maybe you can share also what inspired you and what media did you use for this unique painting?
This is an acrylic painting. It's on a 30 by 40 inch canvas. And what I did was I culled through a lot of photographs from the East Coast, and mainly Newfoundland, fishing villages. And I found one, and I used it as a basis or a starting point, even though this painting looks nothing at all like the photograph. It just started me off. So I just used, this loose style and tried to make it a happy painting, sort of a whimsical, happy fishing village.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Brian, for sharing your happy place. I will say that this actually made, I know of someone who you make it an inquiry. And, for anyone who is actually seeing any of the artwork and thinking, wow, that's really beautiful. By the end of this, if there's anything that you think of considering wanting to hang in your home, just reach out to the artists, because they are available, and there would be nothing, better than getting some of this happy stuff, happy art in your home. Thank you, Brian. Jan DiMartino, if you can please share, this is only a section of your incredible painting. If Jan is here, if you can also share a few words with us, please.
I don't believe she is. I haven't unmuted anybody because her name isn't there unless she's under something different.
Right, okay. Well, I just want to say that this is a unique approach to painting. For anyone who does water, the challenge. For anyone who paints, you'll know the challenge in creating any type of water effect, let alone this type of blur. So Jen, we were a huge fan of your art. On behalf of the judges, we all discussed, many of the artwork was very much loved, but I want to say that this technique was very unique and it really stood out. So thank you so much, Jen. If you watch the recording, if you watch the replay, thank you so much for your submission into the Niagara Falls Art Competition. Deborah Farnham, are you?
I'm here.
You're here. Please share us inspiration in your medium with us.
Well, good evening. The medium is acrylic, and this is a 24 by 30 inch painting. It was done in July. At the time that I did it, I needed a feel-good feeling because of all that was in the news at the time, both the signs of the times and what we were experiencing with our quarantine. I was inspired by a video that went viral during the earlier part of this year of two young boys running towards each other and embracing. It made me feel, what if this was a lifetime friendship? And I'm sure all of us know a friendship that has lasted a lifetime, despite color, despite creed. It's all about a love that's unconditional. I wanted to show a friendship that lasted a lifetime.
Beautiful. Did this come from a photo or did this come from your imagination?
Oh, this is my imagination. The two little boys above, I did not use the boys that were in the video because they were a lot younger, and I wanted to show boys of about this age, so their faces that are in the younger boys in the dreamlike sequence above, that they could sort of resemble the older gentlemen, because that's who they're supposed to be.
Wow. I didn't know that. So thank you so much for sharing. And for the audience, I'm sure that we're all blown away the fact that this is not from a photo. This is from the photo in your mind. Thank you so much, Deborah, for sharing. We loved your work so much, and congratulations for your submission and your success.
Thank you.
James Rhetoric. There was before and afters, but we love the after. If James is here, if he can please share a few words.
Just give me a second. He was in the attendees, so here we go.
Hi, James.
I've just asked him to unmute, so we'll see. Oh, maybe that wasn't the right James. I sent him a message, but he didn't respond back. I thought he had. Okay. Sorry about that.
For those who can see this, he obviously created this painting on lockers. It went from a really just those, high school lockers, and he transformed them quite beautifully. And I do forget the medium that he used, forgive me. However, it's a beautiful, beautiful rendition of Niagara Falls. So thank you so much, James, for your submission and for your incredible painting, life-size painting. Sheila, is Sheila Koyama?
I don't see a Sheila on the list. So if Sheila's there, I apologize, but I don't see your name down.
Okay. Well, I believe this is also another, it might have been another Canada Day painting. There's definitely a perspective of the falls on the Canadian side that could inspire anybody who sees this view. And to it personally, is she there? No, okay, so this looks like watercolor, and forgive me, I should have had the description of all the artwork. I should have made sure that everyone was in attendance, but this looks like a watercolor painting as well. Beautiful energy and wonderful technique, Sheila. Thank you so much for submitting your art in the competition. Fallon Shaw. Is Fallon Shaw present?
No, Fallon sent her regrets today.
Okay, so Fallon, you know, this is a clear, very powerful statement painting. She used a digital medium, so it's a tablet on digital. So this is all done on a computer. Definitely a powerful statement piece. Like I said, I can only imagine that coronavirus and the pandemic was her inspiration. And, you know, congratulations on such a powerful, beautiful contrast artwork. So thank you, Fallon, for sharing. If you watch the replay, we appreciate your submission. Great work. Sarah Lou Stewart. Is Sarah Lou present?
Present.
Hi, Sarah. Please share your inspiration and your technique and your medium.
Hi. So I spent 2019 training in classical oil painting at the Paul Richard James Atelier in Hamilton. And this piece lay unfinished for months because of the pandemic. So I decided to play around with my newfound skills digitally to see what would happen. I found that painting her was a good way to connect to my Irish ancestors and to my witchcraft roots.
I gotta say, that is so cool. This is like two mediums. So to take an oil painting and then to finish it digitally, you know, it's a very unique, technique and process that created in a beautiful outcome. So thank you so much for bringing your authentic self through your art to this competition, Sarah. We appreciate you. Doreen Tureen. Is Doreen Tureen? Yes, I see you there.
Yes.
Would you like to share, please, your inspiration and the medium?
Okay, this is acrylic on canvas, 18 by 24. My inspiration for this portrait is from a photo taken of my late brother on Lake Biscotassi. He went there once a year, both training and relaxing. He was Director of Operations of the Civic Air, Sea, and Search and Rescue for Ontario. And so every year they went up there to do some training, some relaxation. And I just I wanted to capture a moment in time.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for this beautifully soft, warm painting. We appreciate your artwork, and thank you so much for submitting your artwork in this year's competition. Zorica. Is Zorica present?
Yes, she is. I've got her on mute as well. Looks like she is unmuted.
Okay, perfect. Please share, Zorica, your inspiration and your media. So if she's having difficulty, no worries. This is a very also, obviously I think the inspiration is very relevant. Artists are very much, are able to channel and project what is in our current reality. And COVID, I can only imagine, is a very powerful inspiration, and a self-portrait. This is a very powerful statement for the artist. Thank you so much for your submission, for your technique, for your approach. If you watch the replay, we definitely appreciated the work that you brought to this year's competition. So thank you so much on behalf of myself, the committee, and the art competition, and the judges. Carly McTavish.
Hello.
Hi, Carly. Please share with us your inspiration and your medium.
So this is acrylic on canvas, and it's 8x8. And a lot of my paintings live in the quirky and the weird. And they're all about bringing joy to people and making people smile. And as a crazy dog lady, I have been collecting images of dogs in Halloween costumes for some time. And the pandemic was the perfect time to put the series through and to make it happen. And Tor here specifically just looked so confused that it just makes me laugh every time I look at him. So that's kind of the inspiration there to bring me a little bit of comfort and to make me laugh during some tough times.
I have to agree. It's really, really funny. Actually, now that you say it all, I almost want this in my kids' room. Thank you so much, Carly, for sharing your inspiration and for bringing the series to life. It's a beautiful conversation starter for sure.
Thank you.
So that comes to the conclusion of all the artists. We are going to now move, we're going to only move through another 10, 15 minutes through the awards ceremony. We are going to begin with the Mayor's Choice Award. Now, the mayor is no longer present, as he had to check out, but he did get to pre-select. And as you saw how much he values the artwork. And while there's so much amazing art, we had to make him narrow it down to just one artist. It took him a while, so just choose one. So,
Hey, Evelyn, I think Jim is still with us, possibly.
Oh, is Jim still with us?
Maybe. I don't want to speak on behalf, but he is still, the line is.
I did have a conversation with
With Sarah.
Okay,
Yep.
with Sarah, and she said he will 4:25 he's gone. So if Jim hasn't spoken up, speak now or forever hold your. Okay, so we're gonna go first through the mayor's choice, and then we're gonna go through the judges' choices, and then we're gonna wrap it up with the audience choice award. So thank you so much so far if you've stuck around for this far up until now. This is really exciting. We are about to announce the Mayor's Choice Award. I almost feel like I should have a drum roll, but if we didn't have a time restraint, I would play with music and all these effects. Nonetheless, the Mayor's Choice Award, drum roll everybody please, is Sarah Lou Stewart. Congratulations, Sarah. The mayor has chosen your artwork. Each winner gets a cash prize, I forgot to mention this, of $400, in which you will be receiving a plaque this year, and you will be getting your check in the mail. So congratulations, Sarah, on your success. Your unique combined style definitely caught the attention of many, including the mayor himself. So before we get into the judges, I want to let you guys know, I just want to highlight one area that was very crucial to how the judges determined the results. We also provided this criteria for anyone who wanted to sort of follow through and just sort of rate the criteria. And so we want to make sure that we're very clear that this was an objective judging. It was objective, I have a spelling error, sorry. This was objective judging based on this criteria. So there was very little, oh, I feel this, and it was more so, does it fall within this criteria? Out of 1 to 5, where does that sit? 1 being, kind of, 5 being, it hits every, it knocks it out of the park. So that was the criteria that the judges were based off of. And I encourage anyone in the future to use this criteria if you're feeling a little unsure of who deserves the, not who deserves it, but who's going to win. Use a criteria like this, and it's really, it comes to a very, mutual, harmonious decision. So we went off based off artistic composition, medium and presentation, mastering of technique, cultural content, which is relevant to Niagara Falls, innovative style, and influential. And influential, in case there's any confusion, is just, is there a cause behind it? does your artwork make people take action? Is there a sort of an influential part? Is it relevant to our time? So these are the kind of things that highlight what that means. And without further ado, we are going to announce the first Judges Award, which is, we have given two this year because there are two components. There is a digital and a traditional component. So in the traditional component, the judges have selected, based off the criteria, the following winner. Zorica, congratulations on the Judges' Choice Award for traditional art. Based off the criteria, it followed and basically was very powerful in how it aligned, especially with the statement and COVID and everything that's happening. Thank you so much for sharing and congratulations. The next one I'm going to announce is going to be the digital art component. And we really encourage artists in the future to, to submit a digital painting, to digital art. Let this be inspiration to know that there is a category and you fall in a whole new category of your own and gives you a higher chance of winning. So anyways, moving on without further ado, the judges' second choice award for digital artist is Fallon Shaw. So while she's not present, we want to say congratulations, Fallon, for your success and for your win and for your technique and for your approach and just for the time that you spent with putting this together. So now we're going to move into the audience choices. So I want to make it very clear that the Audience Choice Award was based off of votes and overall likes on the Facebook event page that we had created on that event page. So we have accumulated it and be based off of the likes accumulatively. And the top likes that we wanted to also highlight the top likes, because while there's going to be one Audience Choice Award, there was quite a few likes that were across the board that showed people really appreciated everyone's work. But we always have to come down to one cash prize. So the top likes that we came together were Deborah Farnham, Fallon Shaw, Zorica, and Emily Andrews. And we want to just say in advance, thank you to everyone who took the time to like, to vote. Sometimes it's very new, so having to redirect to the links. We appreciate everyone who took the time to support these artists. I also want to say before moving to the audience choice, thank you so much to the judges for taking the time to, give me the rules of engagement. There's so much influence and so much seniority in our judging panel that they're literally able to take my hand and just show me the ropes on how to succeed as an artist here in Niagara Falls. So yes, they're the artists that I turn to for any advice and any sort of, support when it comes to these high level events. So thank you so much to the artist and to the mayor. And now without further ado, the Audience Choice Award for Niagara Falls Art Competition, 5th Annual 2020 Pandemic, drum roll please, is, I hope you guys are excited, is Deborah Farnham. Congratulations, Deborah, for having the most accumulated likes on all the posts that we created. Now that we heard your inspiration and your story, I have to say, I wish there was a criteria for, imagination. No, I'm just kidding. But I just definitely think that you completely surpassed, the expectations for yourself. And you definitely represented the city beautifully with this painting. And so did all of the artists. I also want to just say thank you to all the artists who participated. Thank you to the artists, the audience, the City of Niagara Falls, the mayor, the judges, the culture committee, Kim Van Sturgen, who is a crucial aspect of the organization behind this and who couldn't be here due to an unfortunate loss. So our condolences. And thank you, Clark, as well, for allowing me to do this. I want to finish off by saying one more thing. While the artist might be sitting there, every year we have so many submissions and it's very challenging for the judges. And we've made a decision that it's not fair to always award an artist on a multiple year on the judges component. So if you feel that, maybe you should have been judged, but you have consistently won other years, we just want to say the judges support you all the way. You are still at the high rate of our category criteria. We are just making it fair so that all the artists have an opportunity to financially gain, to get the exposure they need, and to walk away feeling absolutely, supported, by the city, because the city is here to create these incentives to support every single artist that is willing to stand up and to create magic for our city. So that is a wrap. Thank you so much, everyone. Once again, there is a collage of all the artwork. It's a beautiful year. It was a great time to be alive and to create artwork and unleash new levels of creativity for ourselves. On behalf of the committee, Evelyn Bailey, it's an honor to be your host. Clark, I'm not sure if you want to say anything closing off, or if there's an opportunity to share any instructions that I might have missed, but I believe that I've covered the majority of everything. So thank you so much, everyone, for showing up and for supporting the artist. And please share this video so those who missed out can still be a part of it, especially on Facebook.